Hello plant community, thanks for tuning in to this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys, we're going to talk about the fact that I brought a plant, and we are going to dive a little bit deep into that. But before I talk about that, I'm kind of proud of myself that I just brought one plant, you guys. If y'all been watching me, y'all know that I've been doing a whole lot of just buying up a lot of plants. And so now, since we are kind of like going into the non-growing season, I've been really working hard to not buy a plant. I've been staying away from online. I've been not going to these mystery auctions and things like that. So unless I'm able to actually see it in my face, then I may think about whether or not to bring a plant home. But because I have limited spacing as well, is another motivating thing that's stopping me from buying up all the greenery. But I did purchase this particular plant, and this plant is this beautiful plant that you see right here, you guys. This is the Ficus maclelandii. This is Ficus maclelandii. I hope I'm not butchering that name. I don't know, you be the judge. I'm quite sure you will, but I found this beautiful plant. Isn't it beautiful? First of all, let's admire the plant for the beauty. What drew me to her, honestly, one is I've never seen a ficus quite like this, with the elongated leaves, and it's such a dark color. And on here is actually like two stems, and it came in this beautiful, I guess, basket. Not bad. I think it was like 29 bucks. But I really love it. Like, isn't it a gorgeous plant? I think it is. And so I really got her from Home Depot. I didn't go there to buy plants, by the way, you guys. I was just going there to get something for my house. But when I do go through the plant section just to see if they have anything. And usually they don't in my area, but I came across this beautiful baby. And so now I have this plant in my environment. Now what? And so that's what today's video is going to be about, guys. It's going to be about what steps I take or things that I've learned throughout my plant journey, as far as I brought the plant now, Pam, what's my next step? So if this seems like something that you're interested in, please stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss this one. Okay, guys, so as I stated, it's a lot of things that I kind of like learned in my journey. There's three things, though, however, that I feel saved my life, or saved more like the plant's life in my care when I purchase a plant and bring them home. First one is I treat all my plants as if it had pests. In the beginning of my plant journey, you guys, I used to say, okay, let's isolate these plants, and we want to keep a watchful eye. But as you start collecting plants and your collection grows and grows and grows, right? I don't really have the space to separate her or all of them. So what I'm doing, as you guys can see with the B-roll here and there, is I treat them as if they already have pests, just to give me some form of sanity. So I'll first spray her down with water, because water is your friend, you guys, at the right pressure point, because sometimes water can knock off those little nasty buggers here and there. My second step is using actually insecticidal soap. I will spray her down in the front as well as the back, make sure I get the top of the leaves and the bottom of the leaves, and then I would finish her off with using neem oil. Once I've done that, I feel confident enough to go ahead and just put her into my collection. Now, prior to actually doing all of that, once I bring her home, I do take a look, you guys, at the actual plant as much as possible. So I'm checking around the stems of the leaves. I'm looking at the underside, and believe it or not, they had probably like a total of 3 plants similar to this, but this one was the best looking one. Now, sometimes, you guys, also I try to take a look underneath the pot. As you can see, a lot of root action right there, so that's telling me that she is growing healthy. Sometimes, depending on the soil type, and if I'm able to without making a mess, I will try to pull it out. But in this case, it's in like a peat moss type of thing, and at the time it was, I think, wet, so I couldn't really pull it out to check, but she looked pretty healthy to me. So once I do my pre-pest management into the environment she goes, and from that point on, I just try to monitor her and watch her do diligently. My next thing that I try to do, you guys, is I just check the soil and monitor the plant. In the beginning of my plant journey, you guys, which was my extreme downfall, I don't know if you think it's a downfall for you guys, but it's definitely been one for me. And that is me being so fast to transport her out of the soil that she's in and put her in my special mix, because in my mind, my special mix is the best mix of all. And that is not the case, you guys. There's a reason, my beautiful plant people, why these growers put some of these plants in the planting medium that they do, and it's up to us to learn. To learn diligently. And you guys, boy, oh boy, have I learned, because I have killed many a plant by being so fast to take them out of the soil and put them in my special mix that's been specially killing them all. So I've learned my lesson. I don't do that at all. What I do is I monitor the soil as best as I can. And as I made a mention earlier, she is growing in like a peat, I don't know, like a moss type of soil, which is very airy mix is what I'm learning. And so it's already telling me that she really wants a very extreme airy mix. And I'm going to leave her in this soil until she tells me that she does no longer like it. But I will monitor it from time to time. If she's declining in some way, that's where I can't see up here, then it's going to force me to actually take a deep dive, more investigative stance inside the soil to actually see what's going on. And if need be, then I will try to transport her from out of the soil into my quote unquote special mix. But until now, for now, she seems to be happy. And I'm just going to leave her be. Yeah. And then my third most important step of all, you guys, is research. Yes, my beautiful plant people, research these plants. We are buying them and bringing them into our home because they may grab our eye. They're aesthetically pleasing. We can see the decor and the jungle vibe, if you will, that they can bring to our house. But we need to do proper research, you guys. That's been another one of my downfalls. I was not doing research. I'm thinking, okay, one plant fits all, one care tips fits all, and that is not the case. So today, you guys, we're gonna go through the research, if you will, and I'll just talk about certain things that I probably will do, because this is not my first ficus, which is a bonus for me. I have a lot of the regular ficus between the ruby and the all green variety, and of course my fussy Benjamina that's over there. But nonetheless, all three have taught me some things, and I've learned some things along the way. So I feel like doing your research will not only ensure that your plant will survive, but also thrive. So first thing, I always want to find out exactly where this plant came from. This beautiful specimen here, you guys, is actually native to Southeast Asia and China. And if it's grown into the right conditions, you guys, it can actually grow between 6 to 10 feet in your home. And if you look at this B-roll right here, you guys, it's beautiful. I love the way that it can grow into like a tree-like shape. They do sometimes, I believe in the culture, will do the twist, even though this particular plant is not, the stems are not tied or twisted, kind of similar like they would do like the money tree, I believe, would tie the actual stems together. I love it that it can canopy once it's grown really tall. So this plant right here will really provide, I mean, it just, guys, I'm not trying to tempt you, but if I am tempting you, I'm sorry. But hey, this plant is gorgeous. Look at it, you guys. I am in awe of it. And just so you can see the back, nothing fancy, but it's really beautiful in my personal opinion. So once she grows very canopy-like, I don't know if I'll have the space for her, but um, we'll see. We'll see. Now, lighting, you guys. I'm going to treat her like I do my other rubber trees. I know they don't really like direct sunlight. It will burn their leaves. And what I've noticed between this particular variety and my other ficuses, minus the Benjamina, of course, the leaf is more like a thin leaf, like the Benjamina. Slightly a little bit thicker, but not as thick as the traditional all green variety of the rubber tree. So I know for sure that if she received direct light, she would actually get her leaves burnt. And so what I do have, I have her actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I plop her down here. I have like a little stand, and she's getting this light several feet, I say 8 feet away from this window. She gets a little bit of morning light, which is fine because of course morning light is not the harshest light. And she's also getting light from the Sansi light. I say about a foot away. Let me see. Yeah, I would, if I had to guess, I'd say maybe 2 feet down from this light. And so far, so good. I've had this plant uh, 2, maybe 3 weeks now. And so far, so good. She hasn't given me any issues. Now, the soil, you guys, again, we just touched on that. This plant does like a very well-draining soil. And I think it's like, it's that peat moss, and when I watered her, water just quickly drained through. So that's the kind of mixture you want to have her in. You want to have her, whatever mixture you want to have her in, you got to make sure that when you are watering, that water is coming straight through those drainage holes. It's not taking a long time, and that kind of like is another indicator that the mix is very airy. Temperature wise, this is kind of a, I guess, tropical plant. Got to consider where it came from. As I mentioned, Southeast Asia and China. So they prefer a range of 55 to maybe 85 degrees Fahrenheit, you guys. Currently in this room throughout the middle of the day, especially when the sun is as hot as, the temperature can get up to maybe like 80. So that's pretty much ideal. And in the evening, when the temperatures are dropping, since we are colder and getting colder now, I try to make sure that my heat is regulated in here to stay at a 70% or 70 degrees Fahrenheit range. And so far, it's been doing pretty good. Now, fertilizing, you want to fertilize, of course, during the growing season, or whenever the plant is showing some sign of growth is what I do. I think this year, though, I try to do different things each year. I try to pull back. I do changes because I want to test and see what works. And sometimes I feel like maybe I don't want to do overdrive as far as the fertilizer. She hasn't shown me any signs of growth outside of maybe like right here. But she also could be in that period of sleep. So for now, even though she's getting ample light, I'm not going to really feed her much. I mean, not now because I don't see any signs of growth. Now with repotting, traditionally they say for ficuses you can repot every year. But for me, I try to do at the least 2 years. When you repot a plant each year, it's giving them more opportunity to grow, is my personal experience. So because like I said, I have a very large collection in my home, I want to try to control their growth pattern. If you repot it every year, they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And yeah, and big is a beautiful thing, but it can be a disastrous thing sometimes too if you have so many plant varieties. So I kind of want to control her a little bit. Yeah. I don't know why this is bothering me as I talk to you guys. I don't know. I think maybe that's a little OCD-ish. Y'all think? A little OCD-ish? Yeah, I think it is. Bummer. But anyway, okay, sorry about that, you guys. My camera actually overheated and just kind of cut out on me. So I don't know where I last left off at. I know I was talking about repotting, and I believe I said I said everything in regards that I wanted to say in regards to repotting. Oh yes, humidity, you guys. This plant usually will, from what research has said, that this plant prefers high humidity. I'm not really too concerned really with that because it's over. If I had to count, you guys, I don't know, but I know for a fact that it's probably roughly about 100, slightly over 100 plants in here. These plants combined is creating this own humidity dome, you guys. Right now, currently, the humidity in here is at 40%. And of course, that's a little low than what it normally is. In the non-winter months, this can go up to maybe like 50, 51%. But I'm okay with the 40% for now. If I see that it's going to do some issues with my plants, or any of my plants in here for that matter, I do have a humidifier that I can easily hook up and bump up the humidity in here. I may do that as the temperatures get even more colder, and I may more than likely have to increase my temperature for the heating in here. That may affect it as well. But again, instead of me jumping to conclusions and giving the plant what I think she wants, I'm just going to sit back and let her tell me directly what she wants. And that's the way to do it, right? And she agrees. So, yeah. So, next thing, pests. For ficus, you guys, common pests can range from mealybug, scale, or spider mites. So far, so good. I haven't had any scale or mealybugs in regards to my ficus. The main thing that I've had, of course, would be spider mites has been my pest of the in regards to these particular plants. But one way that I've been trying to keep up on it, especially with like my regular ficuses, is because the leaves are so much bigger. I do spray it down and I wipe them down quite regularly. Not with every watering, you guys. I gotta be realistic, right? I'm not doing it that often, but I am doing it maybe once every 2 months or so, just to make sure, keep a watchful eye. Now, with this particular plant, you guys, of course, her leaves are not big like my other ficuses. So what I will do, you guys, is I will spray her down regularly, and I will make sure I check the backs of her leaves. You particularly always want to check where the petiole and stem meets, and even these little indentations where the stem is here, you want to check in between that as well. That's been just my thing, or yeah, my go-to. So yeah, I think right now, like I said, I've had her for maybe 3 weeks or so. So far, we've been having a loving relationship. I think we're in the courting stage right now, so that's when everything is going smooth. Maybe I'll revisit her and see what's going on with her a year from now, after we've learned each other and started showing our true selves, if you would say so. But yeah, let me know what steps you guys do when you buy a plant. Is it any of these that I recommended, or is it something that you would like to add to the list? Because I'm quite sure there's some new plant parents that are watching as well and would love to know as they build up their knowledge during their plant journey. So yeah, that pretty much ends this video. I'm gonna give y'all one last look, you guys. It's very nice, isn't it? Oh God, she is so beautiful. Outside the elongated leaves, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, the dark green is just stunning. There's a little damage right there, but I didn't even want to cut it off. You gotta learn how to love these plants with all their imperfections, guys. But yeah, but that pretty much ends this video, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planty things, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, to you guys, hit that notification bell, please. I feel like that will help you guys know when I'm actually going to put a video out. Not sure if I'm getting out to everybody. Continuously push those thumbs up. Push them up, you guys. It's been helping, and thank you. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. Bye.